The name of our project is called Home Compost. It is a way to make compost without making an effort. The objective is to collect organic waste and use it as compost in fruits and vegetables. It works by collecting all the organic waste that a house produces, and every week a truck will pass and collect organic waste. This truck will have a mixer in the back. A mixer is like a giant cylinder that rotates and mix the things that are in there. The mixer starts to work, and the truck will leave the compost in a rural area 1 month. After this month, the compost will be used in the fruits and vegetables to help them making better products. The mixer will have manure and soil, these to improve the compost. Our hypothesis is if our compost works better than others, our project will work. The goal we are working for is the number 11, sustainable cities and communities. This is because we are making our city sustainable thanks to the compost we create.
In this table, we collect all the relevant information about our STEM project. We include several factors and data that we compare between the compost that we made and another commercial compost. First, there is a factor of which compost is more biodegradable in the environment. Compared to the commercial compost, ours is entirely natural and doesn't contain any chemicals, while the commercial compost has different types of chemicals that can harm the flora. Also, we compare the economic factor. Our compost is completely made from our own resources, so we don't have to spend any money to make it, while the commercial compost costs around 80 pesos per kilo. In the same way, we compare the production process. While our compost was made in a process that lasts about a month, the commercial compost took about 3 months to be made and be able to be used. And finally, we compare the effectiveness of the use of the compost. We plant 5 flowers that were managed to plant in 3 weeks with our compost, while using the commercial compost, it took about a month to plant completely the same amount of flowers that were exposed under the same conditions.
Hi, my name is Ramiro, and I'm going to explain about the parts of our product and what it's made of, as also the way we made it. First of all, the compost was made by a 40% of manure come from cows, mainly, and another 40% of soil, and finally 20% of organic material. This is made by a process made in the composter that turns out all of the compost and makes the compost an heterogeneous mixture so it can function in a very efficient way.
And I will explain the mathematical model. What is the mathematical model? The mathematical model is a representation, it's a simplified representation through equations, functions, or mathematical formulas for the relationship between one or two more variables or a phenomenon. The first thing we have to know about our model is that it's a linear model, since it grows always in the same way unless you change the amount of compost. But in this case, we always use the same amount of compost. We don't change it. The percentages used in the compost are 40% of manure, 40% of land, and 20% of organic material. The variables are, the independent variable is the waste in the compost. The dependent variable is the effectiveness of the compost process for the good development on the vegetables, and the control variable is the waste or amount of compost.